What are you? Are you holding that thing like a PlayStation controller?
Good, bro. Trying to get situated. Let me get things situated, man.
Jeez, I'm gonna give you a second. Masterson on episode 203. That's it. It's Tuesday. It's 7 p.m. We're on time. If your clock says it's 7:07 or whatever, you're wrong. It's not. It's 7 p.m. on the dot, and we're live, ready to go.
Our clock identifies as being 7
Yeah.
p.m. Simple. It's our reality. Don't be a bigot. Mass and Podcast, episode 203. Berto, thank you so very much for assisting me in that moment. I had a little bit of technical difficulty, but we're back. Shout out to everybody that's live. Shout out to everybody throwing the thumbs up in there already. Pause. No diddy. Throw the thumbs up in. No diddy. So hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you never miss the moments that we go live, post new videos, post new shorts, which we have more shorts, more clips, short content coming your guys' way so you get previews of the episodes. So join us live if you can. Listen to us on all your favorite audio podcast listening platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Store, Stitcher, Podbean, iHeartRadio. And if you don't find us on your favorite audio podcast listening platform, Berto, why don't you let these fine folks know what they could do?
Join the Discord. Join the Discord. Harass us until we place the podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform. And if we're already on your platform, then join the Discord anyways. Come hang out with us. Sneak peeks about all the stuff we're going to talk about. I know this morning I posted the new, it's not a Drake song, but it's a song that Drake jumped on. The artist, it's called Wagwan Delilah. Even me saying it, by Snow Day, I think is his name. Is that his name?
I believe so. But he's got a clever little number 4 in there.
Yeah, it's Snow Day with the A replaced, the A's replaced with a 4. Man, I implore all you guys to go into the Discord, go into the music section, and listen to this song. Everybody, you know what's mad funny is like,
What?
Is that people are saying, and Chris said this the other day in a chat in the Discord. He was talking about the song "Grippy."
Okay.
And how it just wasn't like a good song for Drake to drop like directly after this Kendrick beef. And then what's the next Drake song that comes out after that? It's like this song, Wagwan Delilah, which is essentially a parody.
Yeah. I think it's a parody too. The first time I heard it, I was laughing hysterically. I thought it was funny as hell.
It's hysterical.
Yeah.
It's
What Delilah? What's it? He said, I'm late. There is some traffic.
You know what's crazy is that it just accentuates and like puts more light on like that Toronto accent, which I'm convinced is just made up. It's no. It sounds like if I talk to somebody who's from Toronto, who's like, you know, 2 generations ago, I don't think they were talking like that.
I'm not sure because I'm not, nobody really paid attention to Toronto.
Canada in
until
general.
Like the last, I would say 15 years or so, when it came to entertainment and stuff like that. But maybe it's just we didn't know about it. Maybe it's something we weren't up on. I mean, I don't know. But I'm so cheesed.
And sorry, thank you, Chris, for the correction. Grippy is the J. Cole track. It's not the Drake track. The Drake dropped another track. I forgot what it was called. Chris, if you could tell us, I would appreciate it. But because it's like a combination of like patois and I guess like the Queen's English.
Maybe the Queen's English. Dude, I have no idea. I have no input. I don't know anything about where that could have derived. Because I know there's a lot of island people up there. There's a lot of different... I don't really understand where the bridge was...
But that's not the way our accents work, right? You get the accent of the place you're at. Like, you don't get to Brooklyn and get like, develop a Cuban accent or something like that. Like, you get a Brooklyn accent. You don't land in Boston and start speaking patois, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of Jamaicans there.
Well, if there's pockets of it, like, you go to Chinatown, you're not going to find people that speak English. It's like if you're in a pocket a real dense. Come on, bro. You know, look at Brentwood. You could go in Brentwood. You could walk 10 blocks in Brentwood and not find a single person that speaks English.
100%. But all those people who don't speak English, they weren't born here. These are young people who are like probably born in Canada that talk like this, and it's like, who taught you to speak this way? Because I don't think it's from like, what I'm saying is like this generation just made that shit up. That there was one guy who spoke like that, and he was the man, and then everybody else was like, I want to sound like that. That's super cool, and it just took over the city, dude. I'm telling you, 2 generations ago, I don't think they were talking like that.
Yeah, it's I don't know, and nobody seems to have much. The people that I hear talking this way don't really have much bass in their voice either. It's like a thing about it. Do you notice that?
They're all like, it's like
everybody's
it's up
like
a couple octaves.
Yeah, they're like a soprano. Everybody's like everybody's like just below a falsetto, just above, kind of.
I don't know the.
It's I think they're at.
I don't know the table, but
I don't know. I found it to be entertaining, that thing. I don't know anything about that artist that he's with on that record. I don't know if maybe he is a parody artist. I don't know. But there's no way that's real. There's no way that's real.
The Drake track was You My Everything. It's the Drake and Sexy Red track. So he follows up the beef with the Sexy Red collab and then drops Wagwan, and then jumps on Wagwan Delilah. Another song that will probably go #1 as a result of Drake jumping on it. Good for the dude, Snow Day, I guess. Hilarious. I hope it wasn't supposed to be like a sincere song.
I have a question, actually. You said that you saw how many followers this person had.
Dude, he had 7.7K this morning.
When was it? This morning?
At
Let's
like 8
see
a.m.
All right, let's see what he has now. I want to see. I'm curious. Pull the mic down a little bit so it's not blocking your face.
Let's see. 7.7K this morning. 11.1.
Look at that. Look at that. That's a significant percentage increase of followers. From 7,000 to 11.
Yeah, I take that.
Bro, that's what percentage would that be? That's almost like, it's like a 40%, 40% increase, something like that.
No. He went from 7.7 to 8.1, which is 400 followers. 400 out of.
You said 11. You said 11,000 from 7,000.
He had 7,700, and now he has 8,000.
You said 11,000.
Did I say that?
Yeah. Yeah, quite a few times you said 11,000. I could have sworn.
I said it quite a few times?
I think twice or so. Maybe I'm bugging. I don't know. Can somebody verify? I don't know. We'll go back. But anyway, what is it? It's 8,000?
It's possible. I'm not in the right state of mind right now.
So if it's 8,000, even so, it's 1,000.
He's went up, yeah.
I'll take it. That's 1,000, man. That's nice.
Yeah. It's more than the Drake effect usually goes for, but it's like, I think this is still like, it's isolated because not everybody gets it. Even I don't really get it. I just think it's fucking funny.
Yeah, you did say 11. It's been confirmed in the chat.
I might have said 11.
I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding, but it's funny.
Yeah. No, he doesn't have.
Damn,
there's an 11 in there.
That's interesting.
Did I say it? What is wrong with me? 8,115.
Wow. But still, it's still an increase, and it's only going to go up more because that's not posted anywhere like it's. You have to search for it and dig for it. It's not like it's on new releases.
How'd you find it?
I saw it on Instagram, I think, or Twitter. So then I went on to YouTube Music and searched it, and I found it. And I clicked on it, and it had like over 1,000 comments on it. It had a bunch of thumbs up and engagement. And I'm like, maybe people are definitely on here. And then the comments were just tearing it apart. They were just like, yo, I'm convinced we're being punished because we sided with Kendrick. You know, what is this and stuff? People like, yo, what the hell was that at 251? That was crazy at 251. That
Yeah, he was enlisting like every bank in Canada so he could help you scam. It was I don't think it was like a real representation of what their city has to offer, but I do think that some of them sound like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, it's not even like they don't. What I'm saying, the crazy part about it is that guy, when he was growing up, if I'm guessing he's from, like, he's born and raised in Toronto. This guy, I don't think that he's from the Caribbean. He doesn't look like he's from the Caribbean. Maybe he is, but I don't think he is, right? Let's just say that he was born and raised in Toronto.
Okay.
That means that he went to school and he learned how to write words like a certain way. And then he still chooses to say them completely different.
I mean, isn't that New York too?
No, I don't think that.
Bro, you ever hear people talk from New York, bro? We're from New York and we know people. Like, we don't have the most perfect grammar and articulation. But there are people that it wouldn't even be English to someone else.
I'll give you an example. He was on it's funny because this song came out, I think, a couple months ago, and now Drake jumped on it, and it's like blowing up. But he was on like some kind of a podcast or a show, and they were like interviewing him about this song. And they were like, what if like Drake wanted to jump? What if Drake wanted to track? And he goes, for what? Like to teeth it? And I was like, you know that's not the way you say that. Like, you're just like, are you making fun of somebody? Like, that's what it sounds like. Listen, nothing against anybody from Toronto.
Does it sound like an impersonation to you?
Yeah,
like it sounds like a
he's
bad impersonation.
Yeah, not a bad. It's a good impersonation. It's good. It's spot on. I don't know who he's impersonating. It's just, I don't know. It's not for me. The Toronto accent's interesting. Certain aspects of it I could understand. Like, you use slang words, I get it. We use a lot of slang too.
Yeah.
But patois is like another language. You know what I'm saying? You can't just take 70% of it and mix it up with your accent and then make a whole nother thing.
I don't know. It's hard for me because I'm like, there's something to be said for moving culture around and stuff. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it because there's no way that it's completely, it may have just evolved from something and then people just grow up talking it and that's how they talk.
How old? How many generations does this Toronto accent go back? You think like if we were born in Toronto, like our parents have this accent too?
No, I don't know. I think that I don't know enough about.
You think his dad talks like that?
I don't know enough about the history. If you go far enough back on Drake interviews when he's real young, he's talking like that.
Yeah,
he's talking this like ting dem type of thing.
Yeah,
he's doing that. I'm telling you.
When I was a kid or growing up, and whenever you heard like a Canadian accent, that wasn't the sound. It was more like them saying the word "a" at the end of it. There wasn't a single South Park episode where these guys sounded like those guys.
Well, there's also not a time that Drake's head is also one piece. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is if this was a big thing, South Park would have had an episode about it. I feel like this accent just sprouted, dude.
Yo, if you go to an old Drake clip,
yeah,
I'm talking 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
It probably goes back that far.
He's talking like that. He's like Mandem and all this.
I'm saying it doesn't go back multiple generations. Like, I don't think that Drake's dad or his dad's from I think Memphis, but I don't think his mom or any of his neighbors growing up, like their parents, spoke like that. I think that his generation, one of them was talking like that, and they were like, "Oh, like maybe there was a big Beanie Man fan."
You feel like
maybe somebody really liked Vybz Kartel, and he was like, "I want to sound like Vybz Kartel," and then it just developed into like this like Caribbean Canadian. Ting-dem. I don't know. I got nothing against it. I just think it's interesting because I was like, where did this come from? But maybe it's been around forever and I just don't know. Maybe I'm ignorant.
Maybe it's not for us to understand. I don't know. But anyway, yes.
Man, them tings.
Cheese.
It sounds crazy.
I'm so cheesed. All right, let's move on.
That's it. We can move on.
What else we got going on? Where's your book, bro? Come on,
Look at my book all the way over there.
Go
but you know
get
what?
it.
I got an excellent memory, bro.
All right, let's
coming
go.
off the top of the dome,
Let's go.
bro.
Let's go, brother.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. The world is ready.
All right, I got some topics for you. Have you seen the new Venom trailer?
I have not.
You should watch it. Very good. It looks very good. I'm a sucker for movie trailers. Like a good enough trailer for me, and like you could guarantee a watch. Like if you suck me in with the trailer, I'm showing up. I'm buying the popcorn.
I definitely know. If there's a good trailer, you'll watch paint dry. If there's good music and
Yeah.
it's like dun, 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 dun,
They do
dun,
like
dun, dun, dun.
a Scorsese, like with like explosions and shit like that.
Oh yeah, that's all. That not even
Yeah,
just
they
a
did
lot of,
like a Michael Bay paint. If Michael Bay did a trailer for paint drying,
yeah.
and he dried it with those flamethrower guns that Elon Musk was selling.
Yeah, the flamethrower shit that he was like
Yeah, this
using
is
like
not a flamethrower.
yeah in Joe Rogan's studio.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yo, shout out to Terrence Howard, man. I'm waiting to see the reveal on the new periodic table. I want that thing to look like a wind chime. You hear me? I want that thing to look original. I want it to look different. I want it to look like me. Make it look like my face. What do you got?
The Venom trailer, you didn't check it out. It looks good. Everybody else should check it out. It was trending on YouTube today. I know there's a lot of Marvel fans out there, or is he Marvel? I don't even fucking know. I'm assuming, yeah, he's Marvel. There's a lot of fans out there of these kinds of movies, so I'm sure they will enjoy it. Second thing, can't go back and forth on the trailer. You didn't see it, no big deal.
No, we can go back and forth. I just
No, I'm
think
kidding, I'm kidding.
it's another comic book movie that's going to depend extremely heavily on special effects and really cool like eyegasm type of stuff. That's it.
Now you see, this is what I wanted. Okay, I wanted to talk about Bad Boys 4, but let's talk about how much you hate CGI.
It's not that I hate CGI. I think that CGI has become a rather relevant crutch. I think that we've learned to kind of slack or lack on story because we have cool stuff blowing up and Transformers transforming and, Spider-Man swinging
Yeah.
and stuff, and it's cool, and it's, that's my thing. I think there's a lot of visual stimulation that's relied on in those movies, and then the story 9 times out of 10 I feel like suffers.
Do you think that there's still like new stories to be told?
There's always new stories to be told. You can make stories up. These stories are all made up. Somebody can make shit up.
Yeah, no. I agree, but it seems like the lack of creativity comes from like the fact that like we've made so many movies, and maybe we haven't, that it's like hard to come up with something like new and original. And it brings me to the same reason why I wanted to talk about Bad Boys 4. There was like some behind the scenes footage that dropped today of Will Smith in like an action shot. Super cool. But it makes me think, it's like, how many of these movies are they just going to keep making them? Like, why not just make a new movie? Like, why are we watching Bad Boys 4? It's like, there's not like really that much behind this franchise. I don't think there was like mountains of people asking for this movie.
I don't think there's mountains of people asking for it. I think it is desperation because of lack of creativity, but I think creativity is only suffering because of these ridiculous rules they're putting on people. This whole cancel culture, this whole thing, it's preventing the entire creative process. Like when you and me are joking and riffing off air, we're having ideas that are gold that then we kind of tone back and turn into things we can do. But imagine if there were people in the room that we couldn't be that creatively open with if they're in there, because we get in trouble. Like Brian Callen explained it on the Pat Bet David podcast. He explained that a lot of creativity is suffering in Hollywood in the writer's room because it's full of it's like writers that think if they don't pick their story that now they are invalidating their feelings and this and that, and it like gets movies shut down.
I didn't think there was any room for that in Hollywood. I thought it was like very like what makes money is what runs.
He also said that. He said, but it's the most capitalistic business in the country. He said, if it doesn't make money, Hollywood eventually can't do it anymore. And that's why he says that the pendulum's about to swing back the other way. But it's not only that. I think it's also a crutch. There's a lot. You have to write a lot less when you can do really cool visual effects. Right?
Not necessarily. Sometimes, yeah. I think that like when you think of the movies that are heavily dependent on like CGI and visual effects, you think of movies like Avatar that have like this real, I'm not an Avatar expert, but I believe that there's like a whole Avatar lore. There's like a whole world, movies like
But that's kind of the exception, right? Avatar is different. Avatar is creative, original. There's nothing like Avatar. It's the first of its kind, so innovation. When there's innovation, it's incredible. Like, find another one,
I will listen. I agree with you to the extent. I'm not a fan of any of the superhero movies, and I think Chris alluded to that as well. I think he said that most Marvel movies are mid, and the MCU is creatively bankrupt. I think that I'm not into the superhero movies, primarily because they continuously change the actors, and it makes it for me. It makes it difficult for me to be like immersed in and invested in these characters because they keep changing the actor. So it's difficult for me to like believe it. It's like, well, obviously Spider-Man ain't real because it used to be Tom Holland, and now it's Pendejo number 3. Now it's the guy from what's that podcast with the Dominican dude Dijon, or what's his name?
Oh, with
Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's him. He's Spider-Man. So I'm not into that. But I think the story is what matters. I think that's just like in addition to. Like Transformers, there's a lot of like shit.
But that story was already there. Again, that's what I mean. It's like there's no originality. They're all remakes, and they're just revamps of a story that is already there, and you could do that only but so many times. You know what I mean? I mean, let me see.
I agree with you. I don't want to keep seeing the same movies over and over. We don't need another Spider-Man.
We don't need another Spider-Man, and they're resurrecting heroes nobody ever wanted to see. Who the hell wanted an Ant-Man movie? Who wanted a Blue Beetle movie? Who read that? I didn't even know that was a thing. Ant-Man? You had Ant-Man, bro?
I didn't know him.
Did you have an Ant-Man action figure?
Nope.
I never got an Ant-Man with a Happy Meal. You ever get an Ant-Man?
Yeah, it's crazy because people act like when they come out, they're like, oh, you didn't know they had a Dominican Spider-Man in 1942. It's like, no, they didn't.
Yeah.
They're like, he made his first appearance like when Reagan was here, when Reagan was president. I'm like, dude, I don't want any more. I will take a movie about Gambit if they did a Gambit movie.
Me too.
Yeah. If they gave every X-Men character their own movie, every X-Men
Side story.
Yeah. If they gave everybody
Yeah. I'll take a Cyclops movie. I'll take a Colossus movie.
Yeah. No more Wolverine ones.
But Wolverine was great though, because to me they went deeper in the story.
Yo, but they're still coming out. I think they just came out with a new one.
But the original ones I'm talking about, now they're just beating it to death.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the first revamp of it, great. Good. Give me another one where it goes a little deeper and really maybe goes back a little farther or something. Perfect. And now move on. Now we got the couple Wolverine movies. Stop making them. Now they put him in his throwback uniform and shit, and they linked him with the other one with Daredevil. With Deadpool. And I'm sick of Deadpool too. Like, I'm sick of all this, man.
After this Deadpool movie, I'm cool with no more, but I'm not mad they made this one.
I never really thought Deadpool was good, bro. I thought it was trash, bro. I thought it was corny. I thought it was hokey. I thought it was stupid with the way he's like making these jokes and shit. Yeah. I'm like, this is such like I would have loved this if I was 11. And then I'm like, you know what? This ain't for me. I keep on expecting these Marvel movies to be made for grown-ups, and they're not. And that's why a movie, what was the one where it was like grown-ups, and it was like pretty dark?
Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, a different one. It was
those are great though.
Yeah, not that though. It was darker than that. The one with Rorschach and the comedian. Do you remember that? It was
I'm terrible with actors' names. I don't know who.
No, those were the characters they played.
Oh, Rorschach? I don't know.
Rorschach, like the Rorschach test. Remember, he had the mask on that would warp in with the
Watchmen.
The Watchmen, yes, that shit was hard. You ever see that, bro? It's like superheroes. They're real superheroes. They become famous, but then they live in everyday life.
Are there multiple movies to this movie?
I think there might have been like 2 or so.
Is that the one that's
say.
related to like Mr. Glass? And then there's the other guy who has the multiple personalities.
The guy that's like blue, and
we're butchering this one.
No, I think you're.
I am.
Yeah, Mr. Manhattan. I think his name was Dr. Manhattan.
Anyways, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's a really cool movie because it's dark. It's more of, it's not for kids. So there's, it's almost like how that show was, The Boys.
Yes, I did watch this movie. It was good.
It was very good. That Rorschach character is one of the hardest superhero characters I've ever seen. Dude, when he gets locked up, remember that scene when he gets locked up? Bro, he gets in a fight with some dude that tries to punk him in the cafeteria because he's a smaller guy. Bro, this dude, he cracks him with the tray. He reaches over, dumps the boiling grease on this dude while he's on his knees. The guy just starts screaming, and he just dies from like his wounds. Yo, he turns around and starts screaming at everybody that he ain't locked up in there with them. They're all locked up in there with him. Yo, it's like the most gangster shit I ever seen. It was crazy. I think it was the same guy that played Freddy Krueger in like the newer one. But dude, that
guy who was burned by the oil.
No,
he could only do.
I see what you did there.
He only qualified for Freddy Krueger movies after that.
He's only in like fire-related films.
Yeah.
Nah.
He could only do arson roles.
Nah, like the newer one, the reboot. He played the same guy played Rorschach, I believe, but. Man, that movie was dope. So anyway, so that's my point is like, I'm starting to realize that those movies aren't for me. I have no right to have an opinion, really.
Yeah, they're not. I guess they're not for me either. I will say I think that Deadpool plays true to its like origins. Like he was like that in the comic books and stuff like that. Like
I think I might have been wrong on who played the character, but thank you for that. Yes, Watchmen, Rorschach. Go ahead.
I think people like it because it plays true to like the original Deadpool. I think he was always like that hokey, jokey like character.
And I also don't like a superhero with guns. To me, that's corny.
You don't like Batman?
Batman didn't have guns. Batman never shot anybody. It's part of his story because his parents got shot.
Ah.
So he never shot people.
Okay.
He was like, but his character was also a little silly. He never shot any kind of projectiles whatsoever unless it had like a cord and he was going to swing from
I was
a
just
fire
going to say
escape.
he had like that grappling hook. Cable?
Yeah. Cable.
You never played Marvel vs. Capcom? I don't even know what character he was, but he had a gun in the game. I used to pick him a lot.
Yeah, because he was cheesy and you could just shoot guys, right?
It's because if Marvel vs. Capcom, you pick like 3 different players and like you can call a character in to assist you, and his assist was very good because he would come in and shoot people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was cheesy.
Yeah. But it was effective.
Yeah.
Chris just says originally when he was introduced, he had guns. Then they censored him and gave him the no-kill rule later. Oh, all right.
So I'll have you know, Batman strapped up with that fucking 40.
That's it, with that ting on him. We have
With that
40
ting
on
on
me. Can't you see? Yo, I halfway feel like they're making fun of Kendrick on that. I feel like that's how he sounds on his records. Oh, Kendrick, can you see?
Yeah, if Kendrick was Jamaican, that's what he would sound like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me go get my book.
Go get your book.
I want to talk to you guys about. We got 2 videos for a bit.
Oh my God, we do have 2 videos. We have 2 videos. We wanted to. Should we do the shout out and just the appreciation for the upcoming graduates?
Yes, we'll start with that.
Want to start with that?
Yeah.
All right, so we just want to take a moment out because, anybody that's familiar with anybody that's ever gone to college, anybody that's in college themselves, every year this is a pretty important time for academia. This is when we have our graduating classes getting to walk, getting to receive their diplomas, receive their, whatever degree that they pursued for a lot of years and incurred a lot of debt, probably aren't going to do anything with it. And this video here that we're about to play is just to show you guys how much we appreciate the idea of higher education, how important it is to having real life skills out there in the market.
It's also a testament to what you could accomplish.
Yes.
With enough hard work, you too can pick a creative major to major in and, educate yourself in an important field to contribute to society.
True. It's always best to have something that you went into debt for be something that you can't really explain. I think it's the best way to go.
Well, it needs to be obscure.
For sure.
How do you prove that you're intelligent if everybody knows what you're talking about?
Correct. That's very good. How do you separate yourself from the pack?
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
When Jay-Z said just because you don't understand him, it don't mean that he's right, that's not a true statement. And I normally agree with Hove.
Yeah.
But he's trying to throw us off the path.
He is. I've succeeded in running people in a circle until they agree.
That's the only way I ever get anybody to agree.
That's it. Twice.
Yeah.
To spin them till they're dizzy.
Yeah. Sometimes they just don't even. They're just like, you know what? It doesn't matter.
All right. So let's get to this video and let's congratulate the graduates. What is it? Video 1? You don't know, do you?
I hope. It is video 1. I'll have you know.
Okay.
I'll have you know.
All right. Video 1. Here we go. Do we got sound over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one I don't know. I don't know. The knob looks like the knob's up from here.
Yeah. All right.
My name is Jacob, and my concentration is environmental science and sustainable business.
Hi, my name is Lex, and my concentration is the performance of self.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle. My concentration is creative direction, production, and narrative through the arts, performance, and written word.
Hi, my name is Karina Gomez, and my concentration is in journalism and Latin American studies with an emphasis in human rights, collective memory, and political violence.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Lee, and I studied the sociology of environmental communication.
Hi, my name is Reed, and I study music business and gender studies.
Hi, my name is Dominique, and I studied care politics with a minor in disability studies.
My name is Elliot Wright, and my concentration is art as a social mechanism.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Georgia, and my concentration is dramatic writing and theatrical adaptation.
My name is Noah Loyacano, and my concentration is equilibrium or negotiated paradox.
Hi, my name is Sophie Lopez, and my concentration is titled Queering and Decolonizing Theater Practice. Hi, my name is Maya, and my concentration is journalism, post-colonial studies, and psychoanalysis.
Hi, I'm Eloise. I'm graduating with a concentration in philosophy of science and theater.
My name is Amina, and my concentration is titled The Criminal Mind, which is surrounded on criminology and applied psychology.
Hi, my name is Juliana. My concentration is international business and fashion through sustainable development. Yay!
My name is Jacob, and my concentration is...
Oh, my God. Well, I'm going to declare my concentration right now.
Oh, you. What was your concentration? What's your concentration?
My concentration is in Latin studies, specializing in the ankle with sweatpants, Corona, and just being able to problem solve things for the cosmos.
That's funny.
You know, it's very simple.
Yeah, I also specialize in Latin American studies.
There you go.
In applied bicho. I specialize Latin American studies in the applied pingas. Fucking, I'm a proud member. Yo, it's mad funny. So I've watched this video a couple times. Some of the majors are legit. I'll give you some of them make sense. The equilibrium guy?
Yeah.
Dude, what's his job title gonna be? Dude, what job does he go for? Like when he's on Indeed, what title is he putting in there for? What's he like? He makes his own job, right?
Yeah,
he's got to make it.
Rhombus analyst for the cerebellum of the underserved. that's gonna be the position he applies for.
One girl majored in decolonizing something. If there's an issue where something's colonized, we can't wait for you to finish school to solve this. This is something that needs to be addressed now. Decolonizing theater or something like that. That's something that should have been addressed 4 years ago, honey. Yeah. I don't know if you should have studied this. This is something we should have done agile, you know, right now.
Yo, I'm crying. How much debt you think was in that video?
Oh.
Yo, they even got some of the Asians to fall for that sucker shit. I'm like, yo, how the hell did your family let you do this? I'm like, yo, ain't no way you still living in the house.
I think that's like one of the most important things when you're picking a major. I think there's like this false dream that you should pick a major that you like do what you love, and like it's like, well, listen, honey, sometimes what you love doesn't enable you to live the lifestyle that you want.
Yeah.
You should pick a major that enables you to live the lifestyle you want. Because if you like baking croissants, right? and you want to go to school to bake croissants, I think it's cool for you to bake croissants, but like it's hard to make money baking croissants. You know, you got to be some of the best croissant makers to be a very rich croissant maker.
Yeah.
You know, you're already not French.
Yeah, you're still making croissants.
Yeah,
you haven't even started making croissant.
Exactly. So like you should probably pick a major that makes enough money that you could still make croissants on the side, and if it pops, you don't have to do that job anymore.
Yeah. You know, not to mention you're going to have to take croissant making as a prerequisite to croissant making. Yeah, and it's just going to double up your debt, baby girl.
Maybe croissants wasn't the best analogy, but I'm just saying it's like you should pick a major that enables you to live the lifestyle you want. If you're somebody who wants to take vacations a lot, then maybe you could be a teacher. Even if you never thought about being a teacher, but you're somebody who wants off 3 months a year or you want off every holiday, then that will enable you to live a lifestyle you want. If you're somebody who wants to drive a Ferrari, then don't go to culinary school.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, that isn't an industry that demands that kind of a money unless you're one of the elite. And the likelihood of you getting there, the percentage is low.
Yeah, so chances are you're not going to beat Bobby Flay.
Yeah, you're not going to be the Michelin guy, you know? Yeah. You might be the Michelin man.
Yeah. You could plug some flats.
Yeah, or just get huge because you're eating in the kitchen all day.
Yeah.
But it's like the odds are you're not going to do it. So maybe you should pick. That's why I always tell people to pick like finance majors or like, I don't know, just something that makes money. And then you could do whatever you want to do after. Make money.
Maybe I'll go back for finance. What do you think?
No, if I could go back to school, I'd do like engineering. I tell people to do finance, but if I could go back to school, I would do like mechanical engineering.
What kind of engineering? But explain engineering to me. That's such a broad term. Engineers do a lot of different shit.
The structural engineers, those are the guys who will tell you, okay, so your building is going to be 10 feet high and your roof is going to weigh this amount of weight and you're going to have this amount of floors. How do we build this structure so it doesn't just collapse on itself?
Got you.
And there's like
I know audio engineer.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's the mechanical engineers who work on like building things that are mechanical, like a gear. You know?
Matter of fact, I'm about to order a bumper. I need you to help me put it on. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to put you on the spot right here in front of the world.
I can help you put. You got to buy a bumper that's painted.
I'm figuring things out right now.
Okay, because that's the only way we're putting it on. Because you're not going to put one on that's not painted.
Very true. I will not.
Okay.
Because you and me are going to learn how to paint too.
Oh, we're getting a paint booth? That's something that people should go to school for.
Yes, I agree.
Go learn how to paint cars.
Yep.
Stuff like that. And then, a lot of these guys were like creative majors. They were like journalism majors and stuff like that, like in concentration and like basket weaving. Dude, those majors are tough, man.
He said she majored in decolonizing something.
No, that's what she said. And you know what? I could just be ignorant, dude. Maybe
You're not
I'm just ignorant.
These are all brokies. They're all brokies. You ain't
dude,
making
you're gonna have
money.
so much debt. How do you go?
Those were NYU students, bro.
I know.
Each one of them coming out with $150K at least.
This is what happens, though. People
least.
pick these majors that are just like, the average person in the industry makes $50,000, and then you're taking on $250,000 worth of debt. It's just unrealistic. Like, you shouldn't. It's just not worth it. And I think that anybody who paid a bunch of money for school and ended up working in their field and they're unable to make money understands that. I think that people who go to school for biology and ended up working in a lab, you thought you were going to be this crazy scientist, but the truth is like there's not that many crazy scientists, and unfortunately you decided to have a life and a family, so you couldn't dedicate yourself to be this crazy scientist. Now you're just a guy that works in a lab, and maybe I'm not saying that they don't make that much money, but they're not going to make enough money to cover that biology degree.
Yeah. No, it's true.
There's not the demand for those guys isn't as high as it is for the elite. So maybe you have to work 2 jobs now at this point, and it's like I think, school's a good investment, but you got to be intelligent about the majors you select. I almost fucking went to school for culinary. Fuck me, did I dodge a bullet.
Yeah, nah, you never know, man. You're interesting. You're an interesting guy, man. So I would watch you cook something on YouTube. We should do a cooking thing.
I've always talked about doing a cooking show. But no, I just wouldn't. I don't know what I would be doing. I think that's too much of a grind. It's hard to do those things. Like creative fields are difficult to succeed in, and I think that culinary is a creative field. Journalism. I think that they're very, very, very difficult to succeed in. And I think that nowadays with the internet and YouTube and, your ability to get your stuff to the masses without needing a major corporation, kind of diminishes the value of some of that degree, right? Because what people are getting that for, not only to learn how to write, like I think that you need to know how to write if you're a journalism major, obviously. But I think that they get a lot of those, they're getting degrees so that they could work for these institutions like the New York Times or this place or that place. But now we're living in a time where if you're a really good writer and you have a blog that's online, you can be even more financially successful than somebody who's writing for the New York Times.
Yeah, I think, the degree used to be a ticket for entry to an industry. You needed that ticket in order to get into the field, to get into the game. So if you wanted to be a journalist and you majored in journalism, then as a journalist that majored in journalism, now you can go into journalism. It's no longer a thing where the degree is no longer a ticket for entry into an industry. That used to be like a voucher. Like, okay, now I can get online and try to get one of these jobs. Oh, you can't come on this line. You don't have one of these. And now it's like, yeah, I don't have one of those, but I have 150,000 subscribers that read my newsletter every month. Yeah. So bye, bitch.
If you want to work in corporate America, which a lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with that, then you still need those. But if you're one of the lucky ones and you're very good at what you do, you got the same chance everybody else has. You can go out there and put your own stuff out there and be successful on your own. Chris says STEM majors are the way to go. STEM. What's that?
That is science, technology,
engineering, and mathematics.
Yep.
I agree with him.
Yep. I agree too, man. And those are the most fucking boring fields that I'm in this shit. I'd rather not be, but I am. You know what I'm saying? So
I picked one of them, so I didn't do too bad.
Me too, but I want to be doing this.
No, but it's a perfect example. It's like when,
but we made sensible choices, and that's the idea, right?
Yeah, it's like you have to be realistic. I was having this discussion with one of my little cousins. He wants to be a detective, right? He's at the end of high school, and I'm like, "What do you want to do?" He's like, "I want to be like a detective, like a private eye and shit." And I was like, "Cool, man." I was like, "What are you gonna major in?" Because I'm thinking about majoring like in law and like criminology or something like that. I was like, no, that's dumb. Don't do that. I was like, major in something. I was like, I said, to be a detective, you don't need a major in that. It's like not necessary. I said, major in something that when you realize that these guys ain't paying you enough to take bullets, you could go and do this now and make a bunch of money. And there's plenty of cops that make tons of money. But if one day, a lot of times when you work in the industry you're super passionate about, it takes some of that passion away.
Yeah.
So you might do this and realize, oh, I hate this. And then now all you have is a degree in law. So what are you going to do? You're going to go to law school? It's like people who major in biology but don't go to med school.
Yeah. That's how you get stuck in that research space that we were talking about.
Exactly. So my advice to him, and listen, maybe this is poor advice. I don't know. I said, major. He's super, super smart too.
Yeah.
I said, major in something that enables you to live the lifestyle you want. But, a STEM major.
Yeah.
Pick one of those. And then when you graduate, go be a cop and work your way up to detective. And if you love it, you do great. Then great. You love it, you do great. You stay with that. But if one day you hate it, now your fallback is something that's a little more secure.
Yeah, shit. With that, maybe he could bridge over into forensics or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. It's like people who, one of the things my chick always told me, she was like, oh, the people who did best in law school aren't necessarily people who majored in law. they're like people. She was like, I went to I studied with somebody who was a history major, who was like really good because of all the knowledge, like the historical knowledge and
their ability to research. I'm sure their research skills are probably insane.
And somebody else was like, I think one of her other friends was an English major, and she wrote like incredibly well, and that helped her more. She's like, I knew a lot about the law. But they were teaching us that anyways. She was like, so they took what they brought from those other majors, helped them more in law school than if they would have majored in like law or criminology or something like that.
That's interesting because in my field, people that I went to school with, even the ones that did really well on exams and stuff like that, like when it comes to the actual, field itself, they're not very good at it. It's almost, it's weird. Like, just like she's saying, like the best, kind of the best that come out of it aren't necessarily the ones that did, that were good at certain aspects of it, of like the preparation for it and the schooling for it and stuff. Yeah, you could be really good at, taking tests and stuff like that. But when real life is taking place, how are you reacting? How are you doing? How are you like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. And what this leads me to is making wise decisions.
Yeah. And it's an investment. See, this is the thing. People call education an investment in yourself, right? What's an investment? An investment is something that makes you money, right? So if you're majoring in something that does not pay money, then you are purchasing something. You are not investing in anything. You are buying something. So you bought that degree, cool. Now what? Because it's not making you any money. So hopefully that thing's soft enough to wipe your ass with, when you're out in wherever.
Dude, you and I knew a guy who had like a master's in history, who couldn't teach or something like that, and they had to work a regular job that had nothing to do with history.
Yep. That's what happens.
Make wise decisions brings me to our second video of the night that I want to show you guys. Making wise decisions. What do I mean? I'll give you an example. You do not show up to court in your virtual court session driving an automobile when you're going to court for having a suspended license. That's not a wise decision. Run the video, Jay.
It absolutely is not. Let's check it out.
Let's see what happens to this gentleman.
Get off the airplane.
Nope, not that video.
But never like this.
Why would you? Not that one either.
It's water. See?
I remember that one is great.
Environmental science and sustainable business.
All right, so I guess I'll go.
No,
it's not video 1, it's not video 2, and it's not video 3.
I'm gonna fix this.
Okay.
I don't know. I definitely put it somewhere. Hold on, just you entertain him for a second.
I'll entertain him. Listen, what can I juggle over here? Give me 3 random items. I'll start juggling these right now. Yeah.
Pick 3 random majors.
You know what? While I'm over here, I might talk about how I made a little cool 160 on the UFC fight.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, Justin. I'm sorry.
What are you doing? You about to freeze me? What are you doing?
I'm going to.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate for Mr. Harris, who should be present in Zoom.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
I wonder if everybody has their microscopes
actually,
out.
I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually.
Oh.
So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Yo, he showed up to his virtual court session while driving a vehicle. Wait a minute. My man.
He's already committing a crime.
Yo, not all heroes wear capes.
Stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
What's he in court for?
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
So maybe I don't understand something.
Oh,
this is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
Look at his face.
My man looked dumb as hell.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
He says it's real life. This ain't real.
Whoa, wait, he's about to raise his hand soon.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Wow. Yo, bro, it was a driving with a suspended license, and he's driving and he says, hang on, y'all. Why don't you just let it go to voicemail and then call back or something?
Let it go to voicemail. Dude, he joined the Zoom call.
I thought it was like a three-way FaceTime. It was a Zoom call then.
Yeah, it was virtual court, yeah.
So why don't you just wait and then click the link and jump back in, request the meeting after, bro? He can't be on the road. That man is too stupid to drive.
They pull you in. So what happens when you go to virtual court is that you sit in the lobby, and when your case is being held, they drag you in.
Oh, okay.
So
See,
he
I've
must
never
have
been
been
there. See, people, because I obey the goddamn law. Go ahead.
So, not a criminal, just well informed. So,
oh, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Got a show to run. Just trying to share my knowledge with the public. That's it. I thought we were.
Just well informed.
Jesus Christ! Right under the bus. So,
I swear to God,
says,
that is
ladies
not
and
what I
gentlemen,
meant.
delinquent. No, but dude, funny enough, this video goes viral. This video came out last week. This week, another video comes out of him, and it turns out his license was suspended incorrectly. That had been suspended for like 2 years, and it wasn't supposed to be.
Oh, wait a minute. So there's a plot twist here.
There's a plot twist at the end. He wasn't supposed to be driving. He was definitely going to court for having a suspended license. It's just, it was a clerical error from a long time ago that he still had a suspended license.
Why can't there ever be some kind of clerical error that gets you to keep getting a paycheck from an old job that you don't work at anymore? You know, or like you accidentally start getting child support payments, accidentally into your account.
The worst part is that like they'll just make you pay all that. They'll just take your money. If when they fix it, they just take your money. They're just like, oh, hey, we noticed that we've been giving you an extra $10 a day for the past couple of years. So we just took all of your savings because it's money that we accidentally gave you.
Yeah, that's so funny.
They just take all your money. But isn't that video funny?
Yeah, that video is incredible.
That judge,
yeah.
I don't know if he has like a YouTube channel or he's like on court TV. Bro, that guy be sending everybody to jail.
Yeah.
He's like Venezuela. He's like that skit on Venezuela, straight to jail.
Yeah, directly to jail.
Directly to jail. He's him, bro. I've watched a couple videos of him on the internet already.
Yeah.
And dude, nobody survives.
That's so funny.
That guy, he looks like a nice old man, blah, blah, blah. No, everybody directly to jail.
Now, he probably is a nice old man. He's probably just sick of people doing stupid shit, man. He's probably like, bro, you know how much extra work you're giving me doing this? I shouldn't be doing this. I'm supposed to be eating right now. My tea is getting cold in the back. And you guys just keep doing this again. Bro, once you see the same guy in there 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, I would just be like, death row. Get out of here, bro. We can't have you out here no more, man.
This guy joined the court session driving with the suspended license, and he said, bail's revoked. You must turn yourself in by 6 p.m. today.
Yeah.
Turn yourself in. You going directly to jail.
Or he said that if he doesn't, it'll result in a
bench warrant.
With no bond.
With no bond.
So, yeah, get ready, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, but what must that feel like when you see the same person over and over and over and over again?
Same way probably doctors feel when they see the same guy. I used to work in a hospital. Probably the same way the doctors or the nurses feel when they see the same guy drinking all the time or in there with drug overdoses. Probably the same way. You know, as humans, we're naturally empathetic, and I think it's like, that job isn't that. Being a judge is a little different, right? Because it's supposed to be like, what's the word? Inequitable. It's supposed to be like fair. It's not about like their opinion. It's simply about like, there's a lot of times that they might not agree with. They have some discretion, but there's times that they don't agree with stuff. But it's like, this is the law. These are the rules. They're referees.
Yeah, but, they do have their own discretion to use. And you're not going to... There's a reason why there's like a first-time offense type of courtesy almost in the penal system. Like, if it's your first time, they're going to give you a little more leeway. Yeah. That's why that kind of stuff exists. And that's why if 2 times, then a little different. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12. Like, okay, we have a problem here, my man. No more bond, no more, you know?
Yeah.
It naturally goes that way. So I imagine, like, what are you thinking when you're just like, damn, man. Like, you know, as a judge, you know a lot about that person, I'm sure. You know that somebody has kids. You got the same woman in there all the time, and you're like, God damn it, I know she has kids. Like, it's got to be obnoxiously irritating.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's not a job I'd want.
Yeah, listen, I want that paycheck, though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll just be a judge. It's all about who you know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll try to meet somebody. Maybe there's like some kind of like friend circle I could join on Facebook. Somebody just appoint me to be a judge. I think I do good.
It's about who you know. We're over the hour.
Are we?
We are. But before we conclude, are you watching anything on Netflix, your favorite Hulu, Amazon? Last night, I just watched a movie called The Wall. Not a new movie, but it's like a...
Pink Floyd's The Wall?
No, it's like a movie about snipers.
Oh.
Actually, a pretty good movie.
Okay. No, but a show was recommended to me that I really want to kind of dive into a little bit.
What's it called?
You know what? I don't know the name of it. It's on Netflix, but it's Bryan Cranston, and he's a judge.
Who's Bryan Cranston?
The Walter White.
Okay.
So he plays a judge, and he's pretty fair. You know, he doesn't play around, kind of has everybody, does what he's supposed to do. And then how it was explained to me is his son ends up getting into something. I think some kind of hit and run accident. He kills somebody. And the dad is like, okay, I will help you with this, but you can never talk about this or say anything to anyone. Like, you know, so evidently, I think how it was explained to me is he ends up kind of making it go away.
This sounds like a reverse. You ever seen the movie with Robert Downey Jr. where he's a lawyer and his dad's a judge?
No.
And then his dad gets caught up in some shit and he ends up having to represent his dad?
Nope. Haven't seen it, but
good movie. All right, we don't know.
All right, so let me finish what the fuck I'm saying.
Sorry, guys. I thought you were done.
Nah. So, and then it turns out the person that he killed in the accident is like the son of some mobster. And now he covered it up, the judge. And then, so I don't know how it's going to play out because I requested they stop explaining it to me. And evidently, I don't know if it's going to go that now the mob has a judge in their pocket.
What's the name of the show?
I don't know. You'll be able to find it, I'm sure. Let me see. Brian, let me see if anybody in the chat know the name of this show. If you can,
new?
If you could pull it up, Chris, I don't know what where you're at in this. It's, Chris has been lit in the chat. We love Chris.
Chris is balls deep in finding new majors to.
Let me see. I'm just going to look it up real quick.
You ever seen the movie Accepted?
Yes. Is that where they make the fake college?
Yeah, the Southern Hampton Institute of Technology shit.
That's
SHIT.
That's hilarious. Now, what the fuck am I looking up?
Walter White, Netflix show.
Oh, okay. Bryan Cranston.
They were all just like, over here, we just let people make their own majors up.
Let's see, Bryan Cranston. New drama series, and it's called what the hell?
Yep.
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yep, I want to check that out. So I recommend it to everybody. We're gonna have it. We're starting a new streaming service like Show Club. It's gonna be like a book club. So we'll meet back here next Tuesday and talk about what we watched.
Yeah.
Not really. We're not starting that. But
I want you to bookmark any nudity just in case somebody's missed it.
That's it. Timestamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what we got. You good? You got anything else? What's up?
My book is over there, but I'm pretty sure I covered everything.
Man, I did see some hilarious, terrible WNBA highlights, but they were like lowlights. Oh my God, it was so ass.
Why is everybody complaining about Caitlin Clark getting bullied?
Because Caitlin Clark is a savage and she's very good and she's getting hated on by the WNBA because they suck and nobody ever cared to watch them ever in the history of the entire goddamn league until Caitlin Clark got drafted and now everybody's hating on her. She's actually the first skilled WNBA player that's ever lived. So everybody could hate as much as they want, but I knew disabled kids in my neighborhood that could have beat the best WNBA team in the entire league at the peak of their careers. So let's be honest. Let's be honest. I know illiterate people that would take all of them to the paint and dunk on all of them. I don't want to hear it at all. I know alcoholics that'll take them to the rack. I know crackheads that'll take them to the rack. The WNBA was ass, booty, cheeks before Caitlin Clark was ever involved. So you guys can hate as much as you want. Nobody gave a shit until Caitlin Clark came in the game.
Yes.
That's how I'm going to end it. Shooting from the logo. Everybody else, y'all missing layups. You suck.
Clip that. Clip that, please. That's going to be a clip for next week. Please.
Come on, bro. Caitlin Clark is the one saving y'all. Thank her. Because you might make more than 10 grand because of her. You should fucking thank her. Thank your lucky stars that Caitlin Clark is here to let you pay your bills. That's what we got.
Yeah. All right. Good. I like it.
That's it. Mass and None Podcast, episode 203. Thank you guys so much. Everybody in the chat. Chris, thank you so much for helping us out, looking things up for us, and being a participant as you always are. This is episode 203, and we're straight. We're done. We're good. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you never miss a live episode or a single posted video. And if you don't find us on your favorite audio podcast listening platform, Berto, you ain't off the hook yet, baby.
Join the Discord. Join the Discord.
Join the Discord.
And harass us until we place the podcast on your obscure podcast listening platform.
That's it, Mass and None Podcast. We out.
That's